Good morning, everyone. Swiftcal. I'm going to play some Vernal Edge today. This is an indie Metroidvania that I've been eyeing for a while. I picked it up on Steam sale. Figured I'd give it a shot. We're going to overwrite the original file that I started and start over because I started playing and was still having some issues with my controller. And this is not the type of game that plays well when you are getting bad inputs from a controller. So, with that, a stowaway, huh? Drop your weapon now, and we won't be forced to do this the hard way. The hard way? I won't even break a sweat. Stop this pathetic display. Surrender yourself now, and maybe we won't have you executed. Giving up already? I was just getting started. Captain, we've hit a massive storm. What? Crew, brace yourself. Here it comes. Storm. What? You afraid of a little? This went well. We made good choices. Okay, that could have gone better. Looks like I'm stuck until I find another ship. You need pulse to heal. So, right away, you can see this game has kind of a juggly combat system. The movement in it feels really good, though. And you can see it does have the ability to like to heal yourself based on this, kind of a la Hollow Knight. Except for the moves that do that also do a big cool finisher, which is also kind of awesome. We've got some basic movement here with these pegs that you can jump off of. You can also grab ledges, which I totally missed there. That. Pretty standard little climby enemies and fly-y shooty enemies. Movement in this game does feel, just immediately feels really good. It's very smooth. The combat is mostly pretty smooth. It does have a bit of a traditional, so you do basically you slow down as you attack. You still move forward slightly, which is better than some games. So right here, we have electricity we can't get through, and a door that it needs a key. So we need to continue exploring. Once again, great signposting. We've passed 2 items so far that we can't reach, which suggests to me immediately with this type of game that we're going to be able to come back later to get them with some sort of jump enhancement. And we're going to need some way to either shut off that electricity or pass through it. There's a block, which is, I will say, not the thing I am best at, but it has a pretty good window for the most part. So if I don't use that a ton, don't be surprised. You get the lab key. I said, well, don't expect me to use that a lot. There are alternate ways to use it at least, which is pretty cool. Or alternate ways to get around using it, rather. It's not like blocking seems to be required for the most part, which is nice. Games where the entire system is based on blocking and counterattacking are not my favorites. For obvious reasons. I'm bad at it. Okay. One of the downsides with the combat being as floaty as it is some of the fights do seem like they take a little longer. Like you still have to sit there and beat on an enemy for a while. Got the dash memory. Press right bumper to dash, and this lets us get through the lightning. And move quickly. This also gives us our first spell. So we can pause and assign it. We technically have 2 spells here. I'm going to go ahead and assign Barrage on the regular one and Flame Spiral on down. So if I just push the button, it's going to do the Barrage. Again, very Smash Brothers. If you This looks like, yeah, this is the previous area. Awesome. So we've kind of looped back around at this point. These to switch the elevator, and then we've run into our second NPC. Good morning, checking memory. Forgive me, I must have corrupted regions detected. Oh my, that's no good. I'm truly sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Shervil, a scientist specializing in the extra-dimensional magical research working under Asphodel. At least I was until... Asphodel? You work for him? Tell me where he is, or I'll beat it out of you. I don't know. If I did, I'd have words. And I don't work for him. Not anymore. Not after what he did to us. Ugh, what a waste of time. Wait, excuse me. What is your business with him? He's my father. I'm going to kill him. That blade, it's his, isn't it? It's hazy, but I seem to recall it. Yeah, I recognize this symbol in the blade. His family crest. That must be how you know he's here. What's with all the questions? Stop being so nosy or I'll change my mind about not kicking your ass. I know, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Please take me with you. I need to see him one more time. He betrayed me and my friends, and I know he's planning something terrible. Just for once want to tell him off. Insane. I can help. Despite my memory loss, I know how to get around here. And I can pilot airships. I do need a pilot. Crap. Fine, but don't expect me to wait around for you. It's quite alright. I need to collect some thoughts. I'll catch up. So... our new friend is an airship pilot. We're going to be able to get our airship here. That's going to be our, I guess not necessarily fast travel, but basically. And this is back now to the beginning of the game. We've opened it up so we can go full circle. And with this new power and all the shortcuts we opened, We can quickly go back and get those health pieces. Or the health piece and the mana piece, rather. I will say, the one thing I don't love so far with the game is the lack of a map. It feels like a major oversight for this type of game. Like, we should be able to tell where we've been. And there is not a good way to tell where we've been. There is a map, but so yeah, there is a map, but we haven't... You either have to unlock it or... I don't know. I haven't actually seen the map yet, even with the bit I played a little further earlier. So I don't know how good it is. But that's one of the things that I am most concerned about with good Metroidvanias, is how good is the map. And this is not... Like, the fact that there hasn't been one in the 3 areas that I've explored a little bit is not great. So either you have to find them, or there's an upgrade later, or something. I don't know yet. Taking the ship? Taking as in stealing? Oh my. Of course we're stealing it. Do I look like I own an airship? I'd better leave a note. I'm sorry. Who is this? Travel to this island is strictly regulated. Shell, explain yourself in the next 5 seconds or I'm decommissioning you right here. Do you know her? I don't recall. You, where did you get that sword? Hand it over now. I'll let you come and take it. Are you seriously threatening me? You have no idea who you're dealing with, do you? Fine then, I'll take it back myself, after I've killed you. Oh my! Boss fight? No. Austrameria, leave this island at once and come see me. What? But this woman has a pulse edge, and this shell. Trust me, I understand the situation perfectly. You'll need to come home immediately. You, what's your name? Vernal. Vernal, I'll finish this later. Okay. Instant unassisted unreality travel. How on earth did she do that? Why is she taking orders from some stupid ghost? Ghost? That was a telecom. Forgot you don't have them on the surface. That ghost was the projected image of Asphodel. What? She's with him? You would have recognized him. Here. Take this spare telecom. We can communicate at a distance with this, so you don't have to wait for me to catch up. Alright, let's get off this rock. And with that, we get to leave. First priority should be to gather information. Asphodel could be anywhere. We have a lot of searching to do. Keep in mind the haze around certain islands. These are unreality storms. Unfortunately, it means we can't approach those islands. So, right away, we get access to this broad map. Now, there's a couple other Metroidvanias that do this kind of style of mapping, which is basically there are different areas within the game, but each of them is their own separate area that you can explore. I don't mind that. As a whole, it's not my favorite. Rather than a big world map that you can explore consistently. But I do like the way that you have to like traverse between them with this, and it does show you. So this is the Tower of Battle, and it says it's a threat level 3. Pyrena is a threat level 1. And this is the like city area. Let's see what else there is. The Arboretum is a 3. So I'm assuming we don't want to jump right to a 3. The area we were in before... Okay, that's a 2. The area we were in before was, I believe, a 1. Because that's the tutorial level. Should be this. Yeah, the abandoned lab. I guess let's run through Pyrena quick. That'll give me a chance to do a little bit of exploration. It's nice to know that society is still bustling somewhat since the islands rose. It's crawling with church goons, though. Indeed, we should be careful not to instigate them. The Church of Aloe is rarely forgiving. I know. Welcome to Pyrena. If you have any questions or concerns, the Church of Aloe is here to assist you. Hey, have you seen Aromanthus around here recently? No, I haven't. It's Miss Duty. It feels like it's been a while. Maybe he got shipped off to one of those special missions. Happened to someone I used to patrol with. Haven't seen her since. Maybe. Just don't mention it to the captain. Hey, step away from that barricade. That area of town is off limits by the order of the Church of Aloe. You're not listening, are you? Well, it doesn't matter. It's not like you can break it. Okay. So right away, we get a little bit of information. There's another group, the church. I like the fact that this world building is very seamless. Also, walking by this character right here immediately tells us something important, which is not every single NPC is going to have dialogue. This is something that I care deeply about as someone who tends to read dialogue when I'm doing games. That's a fine sword. Looks like you could hold your own in a scrap. Have you seen the arena? They've managed to capture some horrible creatures, and for a fee, brave warriors can fight before an audience. I've traveled from afar to Harakat so that I might join the fray, but every coin I own went to the docking fee. I suppose now I know why they travel between here and the surface is mostly commercial. These bandits have the courtesy of being upfront about things. Lousy church. Okay, see... the guy who went psst earlier looked like someone who could swing a sword. What do you say I teach you a thing or two? For a fee, of course. Lackey like me doesn't make much. Say it's because we shouldn't feel attached to worldly possessions. Sure seems like it took a whole lot of worldly possessions to build that stupidly huge ship. Whatever, you're going to buy something. So this guy's going to give us different... options for new attacks we can learn. They're a bit expensive, so we're not going to be doing that quite yet. Did you know there's a rare species of flower called a rising star known to only grow here in Harakat? I'd love to see it someday. Really, what's it look like? It's a pink 5-petaled flower famous for culinary applications. Usually they're quite small, but with enough care, their stalks can grow taller than we are. Sounds cool, I guess. So this is another thing where I'm not sure how I feel about it. This feels like an NPC for with a quest. Oop, that isn't what I was trying to do. It feels like a side quest that we're going to be able to come back to. And there's no log that indicates that. No indicator that we just picked up a quest, nothing like that. Some yahoo's gone and hammered pegs on up and down my windmill. Oh, look, a heart container. Can't start the windmill until those things are removed. That could take all day. Why would somebody do that? Some fool kids putting each other on dares. Looks like they left some junk up on the main shaft as well. Hey, get off my windmill! Yeah, no. Really trying my patience. So, once again, great little interaction. So far, one of my favorite things with this game is the way that the dialogue and the NPCs are. Ever since the church took over operations at the dock, Town Guard have just had to work the lower levels. The temperature's nice, but it's so boring. Also worth noting, there's a little dude up there. He's just chilling, and it's part of the background. There's a lot of these, as you see as we're going to walk past. Fellow warrior, do you have any tales of heroism? No? Shame, you look battle-hardened. I have a glorious tale to tell you, if you care to hear it. Not really. Maybe some other time. It's your pleasure, but be aware I may have more of my tale to tell later on. I don't really want to listen through it right now. Looks like you've got some fine items. I'm quite knowledgeable about trinkets and such. If you have any questions, show me and I might be able to enlighten you. I don't get far from this island these days, so seeing where others have been through their goods is reward enough. Sure. Okay, so this is like just my basic costume. But once again, very cool that it is giving me the option. And we learn lore from the game by having this guy go over it. I'm not selling it. I'm not buying. I'm just remarking on the fine material. Reminds me of the robes that they have at Vinehurst College. This one looks like it was customized. Very nice. You should take care of it. I do. These gloves you have here, they're some of the finest gloves I've seen. Looks like the ones the guards used to wear at the old Capitol. Where did you get these? From a friend. Better keep this safe. I don't want a stranger to get their hands on it. Okay, what are these discs you're selling? I've seen them before. These are memory discs. They contain memories. They give you knowledge you would not have. And this guy's going to show us more combat techniques. So we can get something like an air block, which seems like it would be very good. The ability to reflect projectiles, which seems really good. Downward lets you parry and deflect enemy damage back. Lots of really cool stuff. Once again, background NPCs look like they should be giving us quests, and they're literally just in the background. Guard for the area. A memory thing. My name is Sen. You look gullible enough to purchase something. Am I correct? Hey, I know a con job when I see it. You're not tricking me into buying this. It's a steal at only 999 billion gold pieces. I don't have that kind of money. It wouldn't be worth it. You saw right through me. You're much smarter than you look. How about we work out some sort of trade? There's this rare powder I've been looking for to help my dear sweet brother recover from spore sickness. I haven't been able to get my hands on it. If you see any merchants selling it in neighboring towns, I'd be willing to trade. You're definitely lying about your brother. It doesn't matter. I've got the only copy of this memory, and I know you'll need it. I'll get your dumb medicine. Once again, this feels very much like that one more than the others. Feels like it is going to be a side quest. Quite an interesting looking weapon. I get that a lot. You can't have it. Just interested in, or I'm not interested in that sense. Just that you carry yourself with someone who's seen a lot of combat and I've never seen you around here. What, you want to fight? I don't take any fights I don't have to. You should do the same. Conserve your energy. Live longer. I've got plenty of energy to fight, so it seems. Yeah, she is definitely a bit of a hothead. I can help you channel that energy more effectively if you listen to some advice. Pulse, poise, defense, and spells. Okay. Your pulse attacks allow you to heal damage by siphoning energy. Make sure you take ability. Okay. No, I'm not gonna worry about it. Feels like she's just going over stuff we've already learned in the tutorial, but it's cool that it's letting you go back over it, telling you a little bit more. This looks like it might be something we have to come back to later. And this doesn't seem like something we can get up right now. Well, let's try one more thing quick. So I don't think... Yeah, it might have been a ledge there. But it looks like we need some sort of other power to climb higher. Okay, there's amazing tea here. Once again, those NPCs kind of look like we should be able to talk to them, but we can't, which in this case is cool. It just makes the world feel more vibrant because it means not everything is about us. Okay. So, pretty simple little explorations through the first town. Let's go ahead and I do want to check in. Okay, fungal mines. There's a button here to talk to the shell, Turvel. You're not going to help me fight. Why are you wearing that stupid armor? Oh, armor. This isn't armor. I'm a human soul in a mechanical body. Don't screw with me. I suppose it sounds strange, but I'm not lying to you. My colleagues and I abandoned our human bodies at the request of Asphodel. Why would you do something that stupid? I would love to tell you, but I can't remember. The only thing I recall is that we were all dedicated to him and accepted it, near unanimous. I'd give anything to take it back. He deceived me, but more importantly, he deceived my closest friends. He stole our humanity on false pretenses. I can't forgive him. There must be a clue as to Asphodel's whereabouts on one of these islands. It'd be nice to check as many as we can. We can see the islands we haven't visited on the map. Yep, so we can see them highlighted if we've been to them. Now, I don't know whether there's an indicator that tells us when we've completely explored an area. If you're lost, you can always check the map by pressing that button. Some areas might not have maps, though. There's nothing I can do. Okay, and that's, again, kind of annoying. I feel like even if it's just a simple... this is a perfect example. What are we doing here? I saw something from the ship. I wanted to check it out. Trust me, it'll be worth it. So this is nothing here but this little sprout, all shriveled up and alone on this pointless rock. I don't have anything else I can use. So this is literally just this, like, one screen. I realize that there's not a good reason to even have a map for this, but I wish there was. And I don't feel like it would have taken them much effort to make sure that everything had a map, that there's a good indicator here, ways to place reminders to come back to places, especially when, like, we can place, it says you can place a mark, which, oh, I accidentally pushed the wrong button. Do you know about a place called Vinehurst? Actually, I believe that was the college that Asphodel and I attended. How did you come by that name? Someone at the market told me that he said that my coat reminded them of the robes that were worn there. Now that you mention it, I recall wearing similar clothes, but I believe different disciplines at the college wore different colors. Our sciences were red, but green would have been the color for botany. Does that mean my mom went there too? Did you ever see her? Can't say I ever set foot in the Arboretum, no. I was much too engrossed with my own studies. Asphodel was much more sociable than I, however. Perhaps that's where they met. Okay, and that actually gives us a clue, because we did see an Arboretum. But that's the threat 3, and I feel like we want to do a little bit more exploration first. So there's a debris field here. We've got the fungal mines that we went by, the shaded cavern. Those are all 2s. And I think that's the majority of what we've got here. This is a Fallen Tower is also a 2. So we've got 4 2s to potentially look into. And then 2 3s to follow it up for this area. And then it looks like there's going to be, it looks like there's 2 clouds over here that are potentially going to disperse at some point. I'm assuming it's going to be, we do these areas, the upper right clouds disperse, and then the upper left cloud's going to disperse later. I don't know that for sure, but that is my guess. So I think we're going to end for, this one here for now. I feel like this is a really good little overview of, like, this is a good introduction. We've seen what a town looks like. We've seen that there are some areas to the side. I've got some pros and cons at this point. I like the actual gameplay, the movement, the look of the game. It's all great. Some of the user interface stuff, not great. The message history being the only, like, quest log that we seem to have is one of the biggest pieces to me. That feels like, it doesn't feel like there's a good reason not to have some sort of quest log or some way to record locations on a map. And those 2 things seem to be missing. But we'll poke around, and maybe some of that changes as the game goes on. Maybe some of that gets better. Maybe it doesn't. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. Catch you next time.